what are the rates of success, what is the rate that the new variety of the questions will be introduced. Kani, when you are studying these all things, your week by week syllabus, later your week by week planning should be already done. So in week lo, what set of chapters you are including in which slot, and what chapter set, what questions, what revision to be done, how to cover the backlog, it all needs to be linked up. Hello students. Hello students. In the last video, we talked about your clubbing strategy. Ante, when you are preparing for the physics chapters, one by one, that means you are taking a single chapter, then tarvata every single chapter one by one. It is never going to give you good marks. Gurtu pettukondi. So, our kosam, I have introduced something known as the clubbing strategy. In clubbing strategy lo, what we do is we basically club the chapters. Clubbing the chapters ante enti sir, we mix the chapters, and from those mixed chapters we solve the questions. Ade, revision plus questions. This should be the flow of the revision. Okay? So modatiga, you will be revising the set of the clubbed chapters. I will be giving you the sets of the chapters. Dan tarvata okasari your revision has been completed, then you should jump directly for the MCQ లేదా problem solving strategies. చూసుకోండి. ఈ clubbing strategy లో the basic understanding is everybody of you, they know at least dedicates 2 hours for each and every subject. అంటే మీ physics కోసమే, chemistry కోసం, biology కోసం. Especially the students whose physics is weak, మీరు definitely, ఖచ్చితంగా you must definitely at least dedicate 2 hours in a day. It could increase, it could decrease depending upon the field or depending upon the perfection in the subject. Kani 2 hours is the average number. ఈ 2 hours ni I would suggest you to break down into 2 slots. The first will be your morning slot and then the second will be your evening slot. Morning slot ante enti ra, when you get up and before going to the class, లేదా before going to your colleges, take out 1 hour. ఈ 1 hour లో you start from the first 20 minutes in your revision and the remaining 40 minutes for your MCQs లేదా the question solvings. As your exam demands 1 minute for a single question, ఈ 40 minutes లో you at least keep your target somewhere around 40 to 60 questions. I know it will not be accomplished ra. ఎందుకంటే ఇది చాలా difficult to solve 40 to 60 questions in 40 minutes. కానీ the base should be at least of the 30 questions. ఇప్పుడు when I'm saying to solve the questions, I'm not saying to solve them from the scratch. At least attempt చేయాలి. ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ని మీ 40 మినిట్స్లో అట్లీస్ట్ 30 క్వశ్చన్స్ అటెంప్ట్ చేయాలి. ఇన్ యువర్ మార్నింగ్ స్లాట్ సేమ్ థింగ్ గోస్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఈవినింగ్ స్లాట్. ఈవినింగ్ స్లాట్ అంటే ఏంటి సార్? వెన్ యూ కమ్ బ్యాక్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ కాలేజ్ లేదా యువర్ క్లాసెస్, 1 hour must be dedicated for the second slot. So this way you are dedicating the 2 hours per day for your physics subjects. ఈ 2 hours లో లేదా even in these 2 slots, how you will be going to prepare? ఎప్పుడు you will have to club the chapters. చూసుకోండి. So while you are clubbing the chapters, గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి, it is always better if you club the complementary chapters. So what are the lists of complementary chapters, sir? Let us talk about some complementary chapters. చూసుకోండి. When you are preparing for your units and dimensions, you merge them with your modern physics. Okay sir, but at what day should I do this? You can do it on the first day. First day ante, if you are trying to follow this timetable from tomorrow or repad nunchi, if you are trying to follow it, you can do it on the first day. Adi kuda I do have the detailed analysis, లేదా I have a detailed timetable to do it week by week. So if at all you want the week by week schedule also, comment in the section week by week and I will also make one more video on that. Okay? Jagrataga. So you can take your units and dimensions plus modern physics ra. So this video is only dedicated for your clubbing chapters ante your complementary chapters. Meeku week by week timetable, it is also a mandatory thing, sir. In which week what chapters should be completed? In which week what should be the new chapters that I should include? And at the same time, all of you, you should also cover your weak chapters. వీక్ చాప్టర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి సార్? యూ డూ హ్యావ్ సమ్ బ్యాక్లాగ్. ఎలా కవర్ చేయాలి? హౌ టు ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ బ్యాక్లాగ్స్ ఇంటూ ఇట్? ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ కమ్స్ సెకండరీ వన్స్ యూ స్టార్టెడ్ యువర్ clubbing strategy and your day 1 program. Okay, so in your day 1 లేదా in your week 1 I would suggest you to do these 6 chapters. చూసుకోండి. First one is your units and dimensions plus modern physics. The second chapter's list would be your vectors plus Newton's laws of motion, NLM. చూసుకోండి. ఇది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ యూ స్టడీ అబౌట్ వెక్టర్స్ ద డైరెక్ట్ అప్లికేషన్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ న్యూటన్స్ లాస్ ఆఫ్ మోషన్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యువర్ లామీస్ థియరమ్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యువర్ అట్వుడ్స్ మెషిన్, ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ డీల్ విత్ ద వెక్టర్స్ ఓన్లీ. యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ యూ కంప్లీట్ దీస్ 2 చాప్టర్స్ అంటే దిస్ బికమ్స్ యువర్ స్లాట్ 1. దిస్ గోస్ ఫర్ యువర్ స్లాట్ 2. వాట్ ఆర్ స్లాట్స్ సార్? ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన కదా. So these are the slots for your first slot, that is 1 hour in the morning session, 20 minutes for the revision ante ee 20 minutes lo you will be revising about your units and dimensions, about your modern physics, every formula, and ee 40 minutes lo take the random questions out of the 2 chapters and start solving, at least attempt 30 questions into it. Me second slot lo you can take different set of the chapters ade. So this would be your set of the chapters for your second slot, Newton's laws plus vectors. What about third slot ra? Me third slot kosam you can directly take your work power energy. Okay, you can mix your work power and energy with your current electricity. In your fourth slot, you can also mix the thermal properties plus your current electricity. In your fifth slot, you can club your gravitation plus your electrostatics. So prati slot ni you have to take the set of the 2-3 chapters whatever they are there. If your capacity stands more, you can include 3 chapters also. Kani ee case lo I am including 2 chapters etc. Chuskondi. Ee case lo your thermal property is in your class 11th, current electricity is class 12th. Ade kada? Yes. When it comes to your geometrical optics లేదా ray optics, I would not say you or I would not recommend you to club it with any of the chapter. ఎందుకంటే it stands alone ra. It has its own formulas, it has its own geometries and all these things. So when it comes to your ray optics, లేదా your geometrical optics, you don't club it. You put it alone. లేదా if you want to club it, you can club it with your units and dimensions లేదా basic mathematics, okay? Plus basic mathematics. చూసుకోండి. దాని తర్వాత when you talk about the capacitors, you must include your capacitors with your electrostatics. And when it comes to your magnetism, all 2 chapters, first one is your magnetic effects of current లేదా your magnetism plus your electromagnetic induction. So this should be always ఎప్పుడైనా you are studying your magnetism, it must include electromagnetic induction along with it. Okay, good. ఇప్పుడు when you talk about your rotational motion, you can also club it with your alternating current. Okay, next, these are the set of the chapters. And how many slots are ready ra? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 slots have been confirmed. Ante oka week lo 7 days unte kada, so you can at least take any 7 of them and you can start preparing for this week. Remaining chapters migitha vallaki you can simply club them with your heat ante it includes your KTG, it includes your thermodynamics. When it comes to heat, I would suggest you club the similar chapters together. Similar chapters ante entira? Similar chapter ante you can club your thermal physics plus your KTG plus your thermodynamics, because they do have an independent algorithms, they do have independent formulas, and they are interdependent. So if you are studying KTG, you will be requiring it in your thermodynamics. If you are studying the thermal properties, you will be requiring it in KTG and all these things. Okay? Sorry. Now, the only topics that were left is your SHM, waves, wave optics. And I would suggest you to keep your SHM plus waves plus your wave optics in a single slot. You don't have to prepare all 32 chapters ra. These are the 11 slots. Ee 11 slots ni repeat cheskondi. So even if you understand the number of slots versus the number of questions, you are at least attempting 30 questions in the morning, 30 questions in the evening, ante somewhere around 60 questions per day. And if the continuity goes well, your number of questions will automatically keep on increasing. Ante, 100 days lo, you will be attempting somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000 questions of physics. 6,000 question nunchi 6,000 to 7,000 questions. Out of these 6,000 to 7,000 questions, you have to at least attempt 45 questions in your examinations. 45 to 50, whatever they are. Now choose what are the rates of success? What is the rate that the new variety of the questions will be introduced? Kani, when you are studying these all things, your week by week syllabus, leda your week by week planning should be already done. So, e week lo, what set of chapters you are including in which slot, and what chapter set, what questions, what revision to be done, how to cover the backlog, it all needs to be linked up. Okay? So if you want me to give the week by week understanding, leda week by week plan, comment it and I will make one more video. So my dear students, I hope in this 100 days we will be able to at least score 140 plus in physics. With that being said, I take a leave. Bye bye everybody. Take care.